Hello, everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Monday, and it's November 1st, and it is All Saints Day, or Day of the Dead, called Dia de los Muertos. Now, this holiday is today and tomorrow, and it is all about the Day of the Dead. Now, what we have here is, we've got a wonderful picture here that is in honor of all of the people who have died or gone to the other side, and they celebrate the Day of the Dead today. And they believe that this particular time frame is one in which they are passing, it is the thinnest time today and tomorrow. So thought I would give you a little background on what people are celebrating today. So you may see a lot of people out there with the face covering just like this, or people have gone out and done their own makeup. I had a girlfriend that did it, and she entered a contest this weekend, so we'll see if she wins. All right, let's go ahead and let you know about one meeting that we have today. We have a meeting that is at 1:30 this afternoon, and it is the third maintenance and construction, and that'll be in the boardroom as well as virtually. You can follow along at lagunawoodsvillage.com/meetings. Now, on our show today, we have El Toro Water District with Jose Vergara, and then we also have Loberg Dental Center with Dr. Leif Loberg. Now, let's take a look at our weather. We are looking at very good skies, and we have a little bit of overcast this morning, but that will go away and allow us to have 70 degrees today with an overnight of 55. Tomorrow, 70, 54. Wednesday, 72, 55, Thursday, 70, 54, and Friday, 72, 54. Our sunrise this morning was at 7:10, and our sunset will be at 5:58. And thank you, Debbie Dodson, for sending in this beautiful sunset photo right here in the coast. And if you have a photo that you would like to submit, just email it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Now, one thing I wanted to let you know about is we will be turning back our clocks next Sunday, November 7th. So enjoy your last little bit of light as we go through the rest of this week. All right, when we come back, we'll have the El Toro Water District, so stick around.
Two in three Alzheimer's disease patients are women. If you or your loved ones are experiencing symptoms of memory loss or confusion, call our clinic today to schedule a free screening. At Tilda Research, you will work with distinguished physicians and researchers like Dr. Ken Deck, who has served the Orange County community for over 40 years. We offer patient stipends and free transportation. Call and schedule your free screening now.
For more than 30 years, Activecare has been providing the highest level of care to residents with Alzheimer's or other memory loss. We specialize in memory care. That's our sole focus. With 3 levels of care and an engaging activity program, Activecare enhances life for every resident every day. Our newest community, Activecare Laguna Hills, will open this fall. We're now accepting reservations. Call 949-877-8233 to learn more.
Primary care is our first interaction with the healthcare system, but most people don't visit their physicians due to long lines, waiting periods, and moving from lab to lab. At Cure Medical, we bring healthcare straight to your doorstep. Our modern, upscale mobile clinics provide services such as prevention and wellness plans, annual exams, lab work, blood tests, and more. Give us a call today to learn more and schedule your next appointment. Cure Medical, close to home, far from ordinary.
Why do I love being a doctor at Kaiser Permanente?
My only job is to take great care of my patients. I'm empowered to do what's right for you.
Our digital records mean your medical history is in one place, so I can give you great care.
Your primary care doctor, your specialists. It's great. We all work together as one team.
Our integrated approach to healthcare helps my patients live longer, healthier lives.
I don't just practice here, I'm a patient too. I wouldn't trust my family's healthcare to anyone else.
welcome back. We have Jose Vergara here on behalf of El Toro Water District. Well, welcome. How are you?
Thank you, Lisa. Good morning. I'm very glad to be here.
Good. Well, we're glad you can make it into the studio this time, so thanks for being here. And, you know, there's a lot of talk about we had that great rain in Northern California. That should have helped our water supply, but I think you have some other ideas on how that helped or didn't help.
Well, whenever it rains, it's always good for us. We're happy when it rains. But today I want to talk a little bit about climate change.
Okay.
Not the discussion that became religion already, like I believe or I don't believe. No. We are engineers, we are working in water resources, and we see what we see.
Right.
So we have to act accordingly. So we need to prepare for the things that we see. Mm-hmm. And Southern California depends heavily in two sources of water, the Colorado River and the Sierra.
Yes.
And everything in between, it depends on the rain.
Right.
So those are being challenged right now with the climate change. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at a drought of several years in the Colorado River. And we're looking at changes in the Sierra. We're getting smaller snowpacks. That's what our storage is. And also, it's falling ahead of time, so it's melting before the summer. So when the summer comes, we need the water, it's not there.
Right.
So people are using groundwater, we are mining the groundwater basin, which also need recharge from rain. So, and then in the summer comes the fires. Right. All this fire, and people drink more water or use more water in the summer.
Yeah.
So this climate change is really affecting the way we do business.
Okay.
We have in 2019, we have one city, Santa Rosa, disappeared, Paradise disappeared because of the fires.
Right.
And what used to be a fire season now is every time. Mm-hmm. Every time you see the news, there is a drought, there is a heat. So climate change is actually impacting a lot of our water use.
Right. Right.
Our water supply. So one of the things that we need to do, you saw last week in San Francisco a big rain. Mm-hmm. That is an atmospheric river. We call it river. It's a small sheet of water that goes into the atmosphere, but it carries lots of water.
Right.
So they measure this as a number 5. They categorize this as a number 5 out of 5. So top. However, we need about 5 to 7
of those. Yeah.
To be able to fill our storage. So one rain doesn't do much.
Well, having an atmospheric river, is that possible to have another one?
It is not up to us. It's up to the weather.
I didn't know if there was some forecast of some kind.
The problem with us, with the climate change, is that we no longer can use the methodology that we were using before.
Oh, I see.
We had a pattern that we set up. We even designed the operation of the system based on a hydrologic pattern that happened many years.
Okay.
We had hydrology for 100 years. But now we don't know because the weather is changing so much that we expect something and then we get something else.
Right.
So it's very, very uncertain.
Okay.
So one of the things that people ask me, what can I do? I say, well, you can buy an electric car and then stop emissions going out. Mm-hmm. You can put solar in your house. You can eat vegan. You don't need cows because cows take a lot of land. You could plant trees. But every individual is not like water. When you start saving water, every little bit adds. In climate change, that every little bit that people do doesn't help much. Mm-hmm. Because there is a large amount of CO2, carbon monoxide, dioxide coming to the air.
Okay.
And the solution is to stop that.
Right.
Since the Industrial Revolution, the CO2 in the air has been increasing, and lately, a lot more. Mm-hmm. 43 billion tons of CO2 going into the air. Mm-hmm. There are scientists working on technologies to take CO2 and convert it into air. Mm. However, they require lots of energy. Yeah. And that's another problem. They need this. There are people trying to create more clouds because clouds do reflect the sun and cool down a little bit. Mm-hmm. But we can do all this if we want it. The problem is, as long as we keep producing this CO2, see, the climate is going to change. So the solution is cut down the CO2.
Well, exactly. And it's not, and that's a worldwide problem. That is not just the United States, right? So, I mean, you've got an awful lot going into the air that's affecting all of us,
That is the main problem and injustice, because the countries that more cause damage are the most developed countries. Mm-hmm. And who's paying for that? The undeveloped countries. Mm-hmm. That's where the floods are happening. That's where all the sea levels are happening, the destruction, the hurricane, the storm. So whatever happened here doesn't stay here. It goes around the globe. Yeah. So it's a problem that has to be dealt with by the government of the world.
Right.
So California has always taken the lead in climate change. And the good news is that we finally, the state and the Metropolitan Water District, agreed, and they're taking measures to reduce the emissions by 40% by 2030. 40% from 1990, so that's a big chunk. However, if that is done around the world, it will be great because it will reduce a little bit.
Right.
But the effort will be continue developing the technologies to replace the fossil fuel.
Right.
And it's a matter of the earth.
Yeah.
Well, and the earth has been 4.5 billion years, so I'm not afraid for Earth. I'm afraid for mankind.
Yeah.
The humanity, the people who lives on Earth. Right. If the Earth has a hiccup, we all die. And the Earth goes 25,000 years in rest, and then it come back again on other people.
Exactly.
But we don't want to be there. We don't want to be fatalistic because we can't solve this problem by just changing. The main problem of climate change, and that's the reason we have so many deniers, is all our industry, our economy is based on that fuel.
Right.
So that's the reason everybody who is in this business will oppose it. So, but one of the things that we recommend is always education. If we start educating children from the beginning about this problem, when they grow, we may be able to change many of those things. So.
And that is the generations to come. And like you said, education is knowledge, and everybody hopefully will adopt some of those things that we do teach them and teach their children. So it does continue. And thank goodness, right now, I believe the president is at a summit, and this is of the top of his list. So hopefully they'll have some new ways of us saving water and doing a variety of other things.
Yes, and well, that's a message. It's a message a little off the cuff or not rewarding, but yeah, we need to be aware that we need to do something.
Exactly.
It's not for us. Some of us will be gone when the whole thing starts noticing, but for our children and the children of our children.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the information. I appreciate it. Good reminders.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for the invitation. Bye.
Okay. And we'll be right back after this.
What's easier than blowing out 65 candles? Choosing an Alignment Medicare health plan that's tailored specifically to you. Need access to 24/7 telehealth and concierge services? You got it. Members also receive an Alignment Health Plan Black Card with a monthly allowance and rewards for engaging with your health. At Alignment Health Plan, we don't think of these things as extras, just things you deserve. Save your wish for something that isn't healthcare related. Call or visit our website today to enroll in an Alignment Health Plan.
Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Dr. Leif Loberg here. Welcome. It's nice to see you in person.
Thank you. It's been a long time.
It has. And I know we've discussed a few things over the course of the last 18 months, but now I'm glad you're able to be here with us today, so thank you for coming in. Before we really dive into kind of you and, well, actually your practice, let's talk about you. I know off camera we talked a little bit about it, but tell me how you arrived here.
Sure. So I did finish my undergraduate degree at University of Toronto, and then I got into graduate school at NYU, right downtown Manhattan. So that's where I did my dental school training. And then I was lucky enough to meet my then fiance and now wife. And like I was saying, she won the tug of war.
Kind of give me an overview of what your office provides.
Sure. So the whole goal of our office was when we see new patients and when we bring patients into the practice, we're able to provide a multitude of services, from periodontal therapy with our incredible hygiene team. So we have 3 full-time hygienists.
Okay.
They're amazing, super gentle, and people really appreciate that. And then on our associate doctor side, we've got Dr. Julian, Dr. Lee, and Dr. Park,
okay.
As well as Dr. Vion on a part-time basis. But each of our associate doctors has their own kind of favorite thing, if you will, to do. So Dr. Julian really likes implant surgery. Dr. Park is a very, very comprehensive and cosmetic doctor. And Dr. Lee, he's able to help with same-day dentistry.
Okay. Now, what does that mean, same-day dentistry?
So that's where you use like robotics, scanning tools, and 3D printers and units to produce prosthetics immediately for patients. So it's pretty awesome. Okay,
so then I had mentioned to you that my brother, he is a dentist up in Santa Barbara, and I think we talked before that he has that, is it called the CEREC machine, where they make the crown right there?
Yes.
So is that something that he likes to do too?
So Dr. Lee is an expert in that. They all know how to run and use that machine. It's really a game changer when it comes to dentistry. Patients don't have to be necessarily in temporaries. It's not for every case, but it definitely has a massive application. So we have that technology in our office.
That's great. That's great. Now you said 3D printing. Now I have not seen anything like that quite yet. So tell me how that works.
Yes. So it's where you can scan someone's teeth or mouth and then design, whether it be moving the teeth into alignment and printing out a series of models and corresponding aligners to straighten the teeth.
Oh.
So we have that process. We also can print removable prosthetics. So for example, dentures, partial dentures, replacement teeth, things like that. So right on the spot.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. So now when you talk about alignment, are you talking about something like that Invisalign type thing, or tell me what it is that you would use?
Correct. So clear aligners is a system to move or straighten the teeth.
Okay.
We've got a lot of geriatric patients in their 60s, 70s, and 80s that, you know, a lifelong wish has been, hey, let's straighten my teeth, let's get a nice smile.
Oh, wow.
And they finally get around to it and are the benefactors of that. So it's pretty awesome.
Oh, that's great that you can do that in your office. You don't have to send them, because I think what's happened as a child and you want to have braces, you have to go to an orthodontist. So with those, you don't have to do any of that.
Correct. And of course, you have to screen the patients for any disease and pathology and cavities and things like that. But,
right.
Yep. Overall, it's a fantastic system. So.
Good. Let's talk about the implant process, because you know there are a variety of dental operations that say, oh, you know, same day, we'll get you in and out. I mean, but is that really true? Is it an in and out process for an implant, or does that depend on how many implants you have and the condition of your teeth?
So that's a great question, Lisa. In July, we published an article in Shareside magazine about the process of if someone breaks off teeth at the gum line, how does that process look? Because that's everyone's greatest fear. If someone, you know, we're approaching Halloween now, and if someone broke off a tooth, they'd either look like a pumpkin or a normal human being. So we have the ability in our office to remove a tooth, to place an implant immediately, and to deliver a temporary prosthetic and put it into function. So when we say teeth in a day, that's really what we're doing. Biology of bone healing around an implant, we haven't been able to speed that up for all intents and purposes. So the actual bone healing process itself of how bone heals to an implant it still requires a healing time of you know, anywhere from 2 to 4 months. However, the patient can still function with a temporary in place without having the worry and so forth. So do a lot of those happen every day. I mean,
Yeah.
People getting now, after COVID, out to the restaurants and eating and biting into something and breaking something off. It's inadvertently it happens. So.
Okay, well that's good to know that you can do it, like you said. So let me ask you about periodontal disease, so gum disease.
Sure.
Obviously, brushing and flossing are important. One thing that I came across was water picks. How can a water pick help you with periodontal disease?
So, great question. So periodontal disease is basically the manifestation of a combination of bacteria, salivary chemistry, coming together, forming crystals that harden onto the surface of the root surface of a tooth, typically underneath the gum line, and then eroding the supporting structure, which is gums and bone.
Okay.
So healthy gums and bone allow patients to keep their teeth for a lifetime generally. So how a water pick helps that situation is with mechanical brushing, flossing, a water pick really debrides the, I'll call it the crevice between your tooth and the gum line. So if you imagine flushing that crevice out of all particulate matter, what it allows is the gum to seal tightly against the root surface. The reason why that's important in periodontal disease is there have been a lot of recent studies that periodontal bacteria show up in various regions in the body, including the brain, and have been linked to things like Alzheimer's disease.
No kidding.
So we always tell patients the chompers, though, that's the gateway to the rest of how everything is in the body. So if there's inflammation and swelling and pus and unhealthiness in the mouth itself, it translates to the rest of the body.
Okay, that is good to know, because I had just heard that and I had not realized that that's something that could be used, and they're not that expensive to get, and you can certainly use that on a regular basis, like you said. And then what about, and I'm just going to go into toothbrushes and toothpaste, because there's so much controversy. When you go to the store, it's like you have 500 choices of toothbrushes and toothpaste. What is your go-to?
So my go-to is a fluoride-based paste. In geriatric patients, we recommend a high fluoride base paste, something like ClinPro. The reason why we recommend that is as the root surface is exposed into the mouth, it's 700 times softer than regular enamel. So it's more susceptible to root caries and decay. So when bacteria attack a root surface and oftentimes eat a large hole into the middle of the tooth, you're left with no other option other than to extract the tooth. So regular treatment with high fluoride paste really, really helps patients in that regard.
Okay.
Toothbrushes, there are a lot of different brands of brushes out there, and really it depends on patient comfort. Sonicare and ultrasonic vibrating toothbrushes oftentimes irritate patients up in the sinus area, almost like a tickle. And we hear that all the time. So oscillating brushes, anything that is rotational, the trick really is time and how soft the bristles are. So the ones that have been designed with 2 minutes in mind have been awesome.
Well, thank you so much, and we'll see you again soon.
Okay, thanks so much, Lisa.
If you'd like more information about what we've just discussed, you can call Dr. Loberg's office at 949-317-4680. We'll be right back.
Oh, life, how we admire you, are deeply fascinated by you. All your twists and turns and wild rides you take us on. The ups and the downs. Life, you live inside all of us, breathing, growing, beating. You are the reason we'll always provide world-class healthcare. Providence, we see the life in you.
Welcome back. Our movie for today is called Something's Gotta Give, and that stars Jack Nicholson and Diane Keaton. And you can enjoy that today at 2 p.m. with subtitles. 6 p.m. without subtitles, and that is brought to you by Hogue. We have an announcement to let you know about from the Boomers Club, and they have a free club event. It'll be November 2nd tomorrow, Clubhouse 5 from 6 to 9 p.m. They have a new DJ, games, prizes, and fun, so you may want to check that out. If you want more information, you can call 949-415-8030. All right, let's take a look at our weather before we head out to enjoy our Monday, first day of November. We are looking at partly cloudy skies today. I don't know if this is going to burn off anytime soon, but we are looking at 70-55. Tomorrow, 70-54. Wednesday, 72-55, and pleasant Thursday and Friday, 70-54 and 72-54. Enjoy your Monday. Oh, our sunrise was at 7:10, and our sunset will be at 5:58. And thank you to Debbie Dotson for this great photo of a sunset. If you have a photo you would like to share, please email it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. All right, enjoy your Monday, your Dia de los Muertos day, and happy All Saints Day. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Hey, beach walkers, grandkid chasers, stair climbers, dance lovers, weekend warriors, and yogis. Your life demands activity, and joint pain shouldn't hold you back. Get personalized joint care that's as unique as you, with high satisfaction rates to prove it. At Memorial Care, your joint replacement patient navigator will be by your side, helping you safely return to more. Like another beach, extra hug, and one more song. More from life is calling with Memorial Care.
Hi, welcome to Pacific Financial Planners. We focus on income replacement for your retirement. We have over 3 decades of professional money management experience. We personalize a plan that's right for you and your family. You only get one shot at retirement. Don't you think you better get it right? So give us a call for your free consultation. We can do this over the phone, via Zoom, or in person.